G'day everyone, it's Alex here from Extac Australia. Today I'm going to be reviewing the MTech Outback Linerlock folding knife. I'm going to show you what this knife is all about. So first of all, this is part of MTech's affordable range, and it's probably one of the most affordable folding knives that we sell on the Extac store. And we'll talk about how they're able to keep the price down with a knife like this. So first of all, it's 4.5 inches closed, so extremely pocket friendly. Now to deploy the knife, we've got dual thumb studs on both sides. So if you are a lefty or you just prefer using your left hand to open up the knife, you've got that option as well. Let's just open up the blade here. So the blade is about 3 inches. Now the steel is what you would expect from most of the MTech range. It's 440 stainless steel, so a very tough steel, easy to sharpen and corrosion resistant. What I like about this steel is this is the same steel that you would expect from most of MTech's entire range, including all the way up to, $100. So the steel's actually quite good, especially considering just how cheap this knife falls into. Now it's also got a black coating as well to aid against rust, just weather, corrosion, and the elements in general. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is one of MTech's affordable knives, and one of the reasons why they're able to keep the price down is because they're using a wooden handle rather than a steel material. So this is pakkawood. Pakkawood is essentially a no frills, does what it says it's going to do, tough piece of wood that often gets used on knives. So it's got a very nice, kind of classy, old school finish to it as well, which I think looks really cool. Now, what's unique about this knife also is it has what's called a bolster, or often referred to as a handle cap. There's lots of different functions for the bolster. Now, one of the reasons is it's just a smoother transition from the blade to the handle. It also functions as a way to create a lot more durability. So it's essentially reinforcing the knife together. Now, the last function for a handle cap or a bolster is just to balance out the weight. As you can imagine, we've got the 440 steel on this side and the pakkawood. It tends to make the knife a little bit more forward heavy. So the bolster essentially evens out the weight distribution. So a lot of different functions coming through for this piece of knife technology. I also think it adds, cool different breakup between the colorways of the knife in general as well. Now let's have a look at one thing that I always look for. So this is a Linerlock, by the way, so I'm just going to close the knife. One thing I always look for is a decent pocket clip. So once again, for the price range of this knife, it's cool that they did use a stainless steel pocket clip. One of those areas where you can't really cut costs around because it is the main connection system in your pocket. It's a folding pocket knife. Essentially, you don't really want to mess this part up. Let's check out the retention. So as you can see, the retention is really, really strong, and the pocket clip's quite large as well. So it's going to sit a little bit deeper in your pocket. So nothing wrong with this pocket clip. Just really tough, really firm. Definitely not going to be coming out of your pocket anytime soon. Now, finally, for the MTech Outback, I think this knife's got a really cool sporty look to it. It might just be me, but it's definitely aesthetically pleasing. It's almost like the finish you would see on a boat in terms of the colors, and I don't know how I would define sporty, but that's just how the knife comes across for me anyway. So there it is, the MTech Outback folding knife. An extremely good option if you're very price conscious and you want something that you can just throw around, knock around, and not worry about, keeping it locked away in a glass case. This is a work knife. This knife is dying to be used. And for the price range, it's definitely going to be affordable in the workplace or just around the house for general cutting tasks. Thanks for watching. See ya.